Yay!
Yeah, it's like still in it here.
Oh my God.
Yay! What's up, team?
Hey.
Hey! Oh, y'all, this is Heather's first call since she's had her baby.
Woo, baby!
Yo.
She's out!
Hey, mama.
And this is Dina's first call ever. Cool. And Jamie, holy shit, I can't believe you're on here. Oh my gosh, so good to see you though. Don't expect to hear from you a lot though. We understand.
Yeah. I may go microwave this in a minute.
Well, you look great.
Thanks.
You look like you're not like in any pain other than like you holding it. You look great.
It's the medicine.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I'm trying to see who else we have on here. I know that we're probably going to have a few more people hop on, but I kind of want to just like start what we were going to kind of talk about, simply because a lot of this, I don't know if you guys have felt this, but over the last month, a lot of things, like a lot of us are starting this wellness journey. A lot of us are diving into like doing these challenge groups and doing free groups and doing these other groups. Some of us are seeing great responses in our challenge groups. Some of us are seeing this lull. And I truly believe a lot of it, other than just being like the universe, is a lot of it has to do with us screening the people that we are attracting to us, you know, so making sure that we are attracting the right type of people. Ashley, hey babe. Just kind of like making sure we're attracting the right type of people and making sure that we know how to put up our blockers, because a lot of the times when we go into this journey, we think like, okay, I'm going in, I understand I need to fail forward, I understand I need to do whatever it takes to make this work. But at the same time, as we're like failing forward, we compromise our vibes and our goals. And, you know, and it's kind of like we're almost willing to take on more or deal with more because we know that we just have to fail forward, and saying yes is something that we think we need to do in order to be successful in this business. And that is just not the case at all with this. Like, so I don't know. I wanted to like open up the discussion of, and this, I wasn't thinking this was going to be a long call at all, like max 30 minutes, but I wanted to open up the discussion of how to kind of like stay focused when we, you know, throughout the day, we are obviously like scrolling through our social media. Like, how are we using our time wisely and making sure our subconscious isn't like bringing in extra energy that just isn't geared towards our goals for the month, for the week, for the day, you know, like just like, does anyone have, I wanted to just see if anyone had maybe like something that you changed or that you recognize, like, hey, or if you're scrolling, like, do you stop yourself like then and there and go towards something else and do something on like a self-love list, or, you know what I mean? I know that so much energy that our subconscious has can really attribute to our everyday life. And I think if we can maybe become aware of that a little bit more, so we can put up those blockers better, how to screen people better, maybe being aware of our own energy. I don't know. I just kind of it's like, it's all about energy. Just kind of wanted to throw that out there and talk about how can we make ourselves better in order to screen the people that we're attracting, basically. So we know when to say no and when to say yes. So first, what do you guys think about that topic, first of all?
I think it's an important topic because I remember when I first started just being like, I'll talk to anybody that like will respond to me. I want to invite them and I want to build a relationship with them and I want them to be on my team, and just anybody. And that got me nowhere for a really, 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 really long time. So once I started like acting more like myself on social media, I started to attract people that were more like me, that had my sense of humor or had a similar weight loss story or something like that, so we could actually connect better. And that's been like a huge difference for me, is connecting with people that are actually like me versus just anybody and everybody. So as far as like scrolling on social media, I still tend to do that sometimes, and I get mad and I'm like, this is a waste of time. Like, don't get sucked into people complaining on Facebook. Like, get out. So I like try to recognize that I'm doing that and only open Facebook or Instagram when I'm like sitting down to actually work. Or if I have like a 10-minute period where the girls are doing something and I can go on Instagram and comment on some people's stuff really fast. So that's just kind of what I've been trying to do as far as scrolling.
Cool. It's been so cool to see you like come into you as a person on social media versus like, I think we all so much like think we need to like depict this like warrior, like fitness guru, like shit, shower, shave, tan, gym junkie person when we join this journey. And that's just simply like not the case.
Yeah.
Like that's not our everyday life, you know, and if it is, do it, cool. But if it's like really not, like, why depict that? So yeah, I agree, Mal. Like, it's been cool to see the people you're attracting because you decided to stay true to yourself.
Oh.
Jesse.
Hey.
Uh-oh, can't hear you.
One thing I've started realizing is like when I'm talking to somebody new or someone reaches out to me, I've started actually getting to a point where I'm really they're not ready to change. They just want to complain or you know, like commiserate maybe. And instead of feeding into it, I kind of have to just like tell myself I need to cut it off myself, and then just tell them when they need me, you know, I'm happy to help, but I can't spend my days, you know, feeling sad that they're sad.
God, that's so hard, isn't it? Like, so hey, ladies, everyone that just popped in, we're talking about energy and how like in the beginning of this journey, a lot of us thought that, you know, we have this goal and we're failing forward, and in the middle of us like just wanting to accomplish our goals, we compromise our own values in the process of getting there. So we end up working with people that we don't necessarily want to work with. We take on more than we can, and the next thing we know, we're just really overwhelmed. And then what Ashley was just saying, it hit home for me, was all of us, you know, it's easy to take on other people's energy. You want to help them. We all want to do more for somebody, but I think Ashley, like where you were going was like, we can't physically make anyone do anything. They have to want it for themselves. And that's like where it comes down to like screening our people better, even if we're afraid that we might lose that person as a customer, it will still give us a better peace of mind.
Yeah, I had to kind of do that with some of my like follow-ups, especially with people from my hometown that I started like reconnecting with. Like I posted a while back about the like smart coffee, and like so many people from there have been like, oh, I've not seen you in years and you look great and what are you doing? And then I tell them, and like it's every single excuse, and it's like, oh, I drank more water, and it's like, that's great, but that's like this much of it. And like, what's the smart coffee? And I'm going to do keto. And it's so hard to like see people at where I was 2 years ago or something. Like, what's the diet pill that I can take right now? What's this like junky thing I can get over the counter? Like, it's hard to see somebody in my same position and be like, no, like it's not what you need to be doing. but I had to like let those people go.
You just gotta shake them because, like you said, that's where you were a couple years ago, and you're like, I can get you out of this if you will just trust me.
Yeah.
I don't have to do it anymore. But then, like Ashley and Lynn were saying, like you have to protect your own energy, and you can't, give your all to that person if they're not gonna go in with you. And it's a really, really hard balance.
Yeah.
A couple of thoughts. I know, like, a small portion of people I think really aren't ready, and maybe they just need like a little bit of time. I know the first time I contacted Lynn, I think was last March, and I was interested in a group, and she gave me all the information, and I was like, okay, I just had Jack, I was still breastfeeding, I wasn't there yet. And I continued to watch her, and all of the posts and all of the transformations. And I was like, you know what, when I was finally at that point where I wasn't worried about getting a ton of calories every day to keep up breastfeeding and all that. And I know it's excuses, totally. But when I finally reached that point where I was ready, I was ready. And I told her from the first time, I said, I don't do anything unless I'm going to do it 100%. And so then when I was ready, I mean, you guys see, I give 100%, and I like to kind of remember that. And sometimes people, they aren't ready, but they keep seeing the positive changes. And because it's not pushy and it's not, like a whole sales pitch, or you're not, drilling it into somebody, it really is in their time. And when they're ready, not everybody's going to be ready. Some people are really comfortable not being, healthy, but, and some people just kind of need a little extra time.
I love that you said that, Dina, because that's how I felt about coaching. Like my girlfriend Nikki, she approached me. She was like, "Why don't you just coach?" And I was like, "You don't understand. If I coach, I'm 120% in this. Like, this isn't just going to be some side hustle. This is going to be a full-on other job." So I hear you when it's like, it is, everyone is so different. And it is I'm like you, where it's like, if I take something on, I'm in it 100%. I'm going to fail forward and I'm going to do little things to get there, but mentally I'm there 100%. But other people, they can take it in little increments, which is awesome. That's what makes the world go around. But figuring out that those are still the people that we want to work with versus just taking on anybody is hard. It's still hard.
Yeah, you don't want to put all of your energy and faith in somebody if they're only going to half-ass it for you.
Yeah.
I get it. The other thing I was thinking is, I know that this is a different business, obviously, but like me in hairdressing, you have people that, and I know that this is what this is all about, is you have people that really drain the heck out of you. And, they either talk to you a certain way like you're a servant, or they, make you feel like a certain way, or they just complain and complain and complain the whole time they're in your chair. It sucks the life out of you. Yeah. And, kind of get to a point where you're like, I don't want to go home every day and be bummed out or feel like I'm crap because somebody was just dumping on me all day. And so that's, like you said, I guess that's where you need to really kind of go through people and decide like who's worth putting energy into and who's just gonna, make it less of an experience.
Yeah. Ashley, did I see something? Like, you're in this little box in the corner. Did I see you? Were you about to say something?
I was. Like, it's going to sound really hippie, and
I think we're all hippies here.
take it with whatever you want. But I read this book like years ago by Gabby Bernstein, and there was a whole meditation on protecting yourself from energy, right? So I can post it in the group if you guys want to do it. And it's like, when I first did it, I'm like, this is so silly. But it's like this, I don't know, you give yourself this like energy light back where you put up a barrier basically. And sometimes I go back to it when I'm, especially at like my job or in this, when I'm like, okay, I know this person's coming in here and it's going to suck the life out of me. So I'm going to do this first. It'll probably help you too, Dina, at work.
That might be good to do before any power hour.
Yeah, like it's literally where you meditate and you think about like protecting yourself with a shell, essentially. And like the good could come in, but the bad can't,
Yes. Sorry. I totally am with you on this because, I know everybody feels differently, so nobody get offended, but I used to see like a spiritual medium like once a year, and she would talk about that a lot. She was like, you have to be so careful because you're around so many people and so many energies, and people will, like, just because you're around people and you take that in because you care, you have to be so careful not to take in all that negative energy, and you do have to kind of meditate, cleanse yourself, because otherwise it can get really heavy.
It's real. It's a real thing.
It is.
I didn't want to interrupt anyone, but it kind of sounds like you get into a rhythm in the way that, I don't know if anybody was like online dating fairly recently, but it's like you kind of develop your own tactics to like, you know, screen people where you're just like one of the things I would ask like when I was online dating would be like, I'd ask about like what their favorite beer was, because I was like, if somebody's drinking craft beer, he's probably going to be like a little more creative, a little more liberal, and that's probably more on my wavelength. But like I'm in the beginning of this process, and I feel like right now I have a challenge group of people who are like just running wild. It's just like I have no control. I feel like I screened everyone very poorly. So like, do you guys have any like tips or tricks or like go-to things that kind of indicate whether someone just needs a little motivation or whether they're just like really not ready yet?
I love that question, and I want to know the answer.
Me too, because my last challenge group was 4 weeks of me posting every day and no responses.
Oh, it's not just me. Okay.
No.
I've had groups like that.
I love your analogy of yes, beer they drink. If they drink craft beer, then we're probably going to be cool.
Craft beer, they'll be cool.
Yeah, that's such a good comparison.
Oh, I mean, recently, like this year, like so I've started screening my people simply because it's gotten to the point where some people have purchased stuff from me and then I'll never hear from them again, and they won't stick to their wellness journey. They won't do anything, and that makes me feel like a terrible coach. It absolutely makes me feel like they could, not like I care what they think about, but they could potentially, if they wanted to, if they were this type of person, could come back and be like, she just wanted the sale. She never like did this, did that. When like I'm adamantly in their inbox asking, where are you? What's going on? And I straight up tell them, like, when they say like, yeah, I am interested. And I'm like, okay, so you are willing to commit to me for 3 months and for me to check on you every other day and nag you on us getting into our health and wellness journeys. Like, so you're saying like that is okay for me to bug you for 3 months. and you know, like, LOL, like adding the energy to it so they know, like, not nagging, but like, I'm like, you sign up with me, I have your address in my back office. I could show up at your doorstep. Like, but you know, so I never want a client to feel like I have failed them. So I adamantly make sure that they know what they're committing to prior. And once I put them in the group, they have still been silent, but mentally I feel better because they have made that like, yes, I know what I'm getting into, or, you know, and everything prior to that, I have used all that verbiage that is in the files in final example combos, the most recent one. I will use that, and I use the shit out of that still. I still pull that up whenever I'm about to do a power hour and use it. But now that, like, with this 3-month group, I'm like, you know, like, you're committing to me for 3 months. You're giving me permission to nag you.
And I think a lot of that, Jesse and Ashley, just comes with time. Like, you guys are brand new, and you know, you should feel incredibly confident in your abilities in this business, but maybe you don't yet. And, you know, you can't allow what people say to negatively impact you. So a lot of it just comes with time in the business and just doing the dang thing for a while and having conversations with people and having those failures and having people drop off and failed groups and personal development too. Like the more you read into personal development, the more confident you're going to be in yourself and your ability to coach. So I think a lot of it that you're experiencing now is just because you're in the beginning and that it is what it is.
Yeah. And Mal, that's awesome that you said that. So Elena and I, we were doing power hours basically every morning throughout the month of February. And I would watch this girl, like she would get out there, she would invite, she would talk, and she didn't hit Success Club. But what she did figure out was she wasn't attracting the right people to her. She wasn't meshing with the right people. She was figuring out other ways of how to communicate. So even though she didn't hit Success Club, she was still out there every single day, like in the trenches, because the consistency with this and figuring out like where your energy blockers need to be and still getting out there every single day is where like that sweet spot of understanding who the people are that you want to work with. And now that she's going through the trenches in the beginning now, she's going to stay consistent. The second she starts hitting Success Club, she's just going to roll. I mean, it starts for some people early. It starts for some people later. It's just a matter of like making sure that we are not taking on more than we need to. And Jesse, I've had so many challenges where people have like been silent. I'm like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, I get that. I get that it's just the beginning, and it's like I think it's because I'm a perfectionist, like everybody. But I think I'm also like I have the INFJ, Myers-Briggs type, and then I'm like double Pisces, like Pisces sun and moon. So I just attract broken people. Like I just attract people who are just so like messed up. Yep. And I feel like I don't know how to stop that. It's like I don't know why. They just like come at me and I don't find out until later a lot of times.
Isn't that weird?
Yes, it's so frustrating.
It is. It's so frustrating. But I think that's where like we got to figure out like where our goals are. Like I had a few people text messaging me consistently, and I looked at and I'm like, they're literally taking up like probably consecutive 30 minutes of my day by how much we're going back and forth with texting. That's 30 minutes that I could have been messaging other people. I'm going to stop responding to them. And I have completely just, like, they haven't helped my business. They didn't help me mentally. They didn't help my energy. They only took me down a path that wasn't positive. And it's like those times where it's like, what, like, I understand like networking is a big part of this, but the networking that would come from them wouldn't be the people that I would want to work with.
Right.
Jesse, I wonder if you can look into like personal development that's specific to, like you say, you attract broken people based on like your sign or anything like that. I wonder if you can, I'm sure there's something out there. Like Lynn has a book about being an empath.
Whoa. You're reading my mind.
Yeah. Okay, yes. Like, give it to me. I need it.
Yeah.
It's like specific because I didn't even know that was a real thing. I started going to consistent therapy 2 years ago, and I was like, I am so drained all the time, and I learned that it's a real thing to be that person that energy vampires are attracted to.
Mm-hmm.
And they will literally replace your light with their dark.
Yeah, and they just like dump.
Yeah.
And I've gotten really good at it when it's in like my personal life, but I guess it's just like starting a whole new journey now that I'm trying to coach, you know?
Yeah. It's almost like a life coach. Sorry, Mel.
It's okay. There's another book that I personally haven't read, so I don't know how much it pertains to your own situation, but it's called The Energy Bus. And I know it's about like what you give your energy to. So that might be one to check out.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, Ashley, thank you for bringing this up. So I haven't read it yet. This was given to me by my, when I was teaching yoga in Louisville, the guy that runs the yoga studio there, Pilates yoga studio. He gave this to me and he was like, you are an empath. You need to figure out how you can heal people because you're just turning through life doing nothing. And I was like, okay. So yeah, but healing. So that's actually, I think this, Jesse, I'll send you a photo of this. So I met this girl, her name's Lucy, through this guy. She's a Reiki healer. And I don't know if you guys know what Reiki is, but it's energy clearing. It's basically like any energies that we pick up throughout the day, like how to clear it. And she was like, after you meet with someone, doesn't matter if you feel good or bad, they still could be a positive person. She was like, when you get done with them, like, she was like, literally do like this physical motion and just wipe their energy off of you. She's like, scientifically, it is proven that energy still sticks to you when you just come in contact with people. So to literally like consciously tell yourself, I'm taking your energy away. It's like, in a shower at the end of the night and all that stuff. Crazy shit.
Yeah. I'm into it.
Yeah.
I do that a lot with my job after I massage people because I can't, I suck in their energy. And they come in, and some people are just miserable when they come in. So it's weird. I shake it off.
I have a comment. Sorry, I was running around like a madman. I feel like I prep every other day because I'm cooking for me and my mom, and it's annoying as shit. But I cook a lot. But as for the group thing with the communicating and not getting them active and stuff, are you guys asking them questions every morning, like when you make a post? I had a lot of people do activity on that, and I just did a challenge where they actually won an incentive at the end, and the first post I made is, if you do this, you will win this, and that was the most activity I've ever had in a group. One's muted, but just saying, because I've had a lot of challenge groups that were ghosts and things like that, and people just left, but those were free ones, so they weren't really anything I was worried about. More so I was just trying to get people out there and promote myself and get my name out there to the fact that they do have options other than being a bro.
For my last one, I would ask start the day with a question, or I would end the day with what was something good from your day. I did 2 pop-up challenges and said they would get a prize if they did this in the next 24 hours.
Yeah. But you got to think about it too. That goes back to what Deanna said with they'll sign up when they're ready. They signed up and they see that you're consistent and they see that you're being consistent every day. So they know, even if they weren't reacting to when you were putting all that up, they know that next time that they're going to need that, you're going to be there with that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's just been weird because 2 of them were messaging me before and were like, hey, is there a group I'm supposed to be in? Because I've been talking about it on social media. It's yeah, it's starting, and I open it this day. And then they talked some during prep week, but then week 2, it was nothing. And then Mary came in and posted, and sometimes they would comment, but usually not. And then so it ended on Sunday, and today one of them messaged me telling me that she had started the 3-day refresh and that she was so excited about it. And I'm like,
they're watching.
Thanks for letting me know, but why the fuck weren't you talking in the other one? If you were this excited.
Anxiety, I don't know. I mean, she's still, that's the thing, the only reason I know the consistency semi works is because I've been in this, Lynn can probably tell you, almost 2 years, and I'm not where I want to be, but it's all my fault. But I have people, I'm from a very small town, and people are now reaching out to me because they know that I'm still doing it. Because I guess with small towns, people jump from MLM or whatever you want to call them, small business to small business to small business, that they don't believe that they want to do it because they just tried the last one. They just tried for Advocare. They just did this. They just did that. And I've been sticking to it, and I have not promoted any pills, anything other than Shaco, Energize, and Hydrate. I just started the Recover stuff. I think that's what I have, the protein stuff after you work out. And I think it tastes very similar to Shaco, which who doesn't love more chocolate? But it's like the whole point of my ramble is like the consistency really does work, because I don't know how to explain it. But even if they're not interacting with you every single day, they still see you doing it. And that's what they need to see, because like what she said before, like if they're not ready, they're not ready. And I've proven points. I've sat down and had long conversations with Lynn about it, about how I feel like I'm just making thousands of friends that I'm never going to see or talk to. That like, and I just continue conversations and I just keep talking to these people about nothing. And it like never gets around. But I've learned recently, like probably a month or so ago when I kicked it back in gear, like you got to learn, like after, like if you feel the conversation's just fading off, be like, well, good luck, boo. Like good luck with your health and fitness journey. Like let me know when you're ready to switch things up, or if you ever want to switch things up, like, and just like not cut the conversation off. Like don't say like, hey, how is this zoo? Well, good luck. Like obviously like fade into it. Like 2, 3, 4 messages can fade into it. But like it's helped me so much because my phone's not blowing up with endless like pointless conversations. Like, and I was having pointless conversations for probably a year. Yeah. Like I will be the first to tell everyone, I talk to people all the time. And if you went to Summit with me, you know, like, like I talk to an Uber driver, a taxi driver. I don't care. Like everyone is a human. You put your pants on the same way I do. If you're a millionaire, or if you're Beyonce, like, or if you're homeless, like it's all the same. Like, but the fact is like of the wasting of time is when that's the hardest thing I had to learn. Is like you really gotta learn like this is my time, and you gotta treat it like your homework assignment when you're in school. Like I don't have an option. Like I gotta get this done. Like or I'm gonna fail. Yeah. Nailed it. I don't know. That went a little longer than expected. Sorry, guys. But I was just so pissed. Like I looked at everything the other day. I went through some really serious stuff, and I was wasting so much time, so much money, not hitting anything, and always like trying to make affirmations like, well, this is what I'm going to do, thinking, oh, well, it's just the universe is just going to make it happen. No, like you have to change shit. Like I was basically insane for 6 months doing the same shit, expecting different results. But y'all, one day it just clicks. I don't know. Me and Mallory were talking about last week when we did like the power hour, like one day you just get it. And personal development will be your best friend, whether it be 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, or an hour a day. Like, listen to something, because it'll save your ass. Now that I just did a PowerPoint presentation about everything and the above, take it away, whoever wants to talk.
Everything that you learned, which was, great. I mean, you nailed it. You figured out where the struggle was in your own business. And like you said, if anything, at the end of the day, we all just need to be consistent with our own personal health and fitness journey. Like we have got to come first no matter what, because if we lose control someplace else in our other lives, we still need to be able to come back to this. And yeah. Ash, were you going to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to.
Sorry.
I've only helped run 2 groups so far. I mean, I've been in groups before that. And I think going into it, knowing that you're not going to get, like, I'm going into it thinking 20% of the people in this group are going to give something back. They're going to be into it. They're going to be invested. Maybe they're going to want to keep going. Maybe they're going to become a coach. Maybe they'll be a really good friend of mine. But, like, giving myself that percentage to start with kind of helps, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's like the whole theory of go for no. Like 100%.
Yeah, and I definitely have noticed that, my last group too was kind of slow with participation, and I asked them like afterwards, with follow up, and are you interested in joining the next one? And they're like, yeah, sorry, one of my main goals is to participate more. So they're still there, they're still watching you, they're still wanting to be, the best they can be, but they're not putting all the effort in. But that doesn't mean that they're not listening, they're not watching. They definitely are.
And we, like all of us in this tribe, we are a unique breed. Like we love this, and we love these groups, and we love being with each other and participating in the programs. And not everybody out there is going to vibe with that and be with us. But when you find your one person that is, and you get that first win, God, it feels so good. And then you get to introduce them to everybody here, and they just like find your tribe is so true. Like they found their people. So I don't know if that clicked with anything that anybody was saying. It just popped in my head. Like we are a unique breed for sure.
Yeah, I think the coolest thing about all of us is like we're all just very like, we know we're not pushy. We don't want to be pushy because we don't want to work with anyone that just doesn't bring the right thing. Because as long as we stay consistent with our own shit, it all comes back. Just all comes back. But obviously, we still need to have goals. We still need to work towards them, and like working on that leadership ladder, like looking at the leadership ladder and being like, okay, I'm at this rung. What is my next goal? And like just having that and seeing that and knowing that that's in the future and being able to manifest it in your mind and still staying consistent, being better a little bit than yesterday is like Brittany said, and like Brittany's been here for 2 years. I've been here for almost 2.5. Mallory's been here for 2.5. Like this is not a sprint. Like this is a lifestyle. So like we put a lot of stress on ourselves to like go and make this work and do this, need the new app, need the new phone. And it's like, we need to just breathe and like focus on like what's really important. And that's our own journey. And if we can get our marketing and promotions down better, cool. Is it going to take more time? Yeah. So carve some time out, but that can be in the future. Like just a little bit every day.
That's funny that you said that. That's really funny because I listen to these YouTube things. I don't know, motivational something, don't know. But she said something, one of the speakers said something in the video today. It was like, if you do one thing every day, just one thing that goes closer to where you want to be, you're still taking a step. Mm-hmm. And that one thing could even just be you working out that day.
Yeah. That challenge tracker has been just a godsend. That nice, like to be able to just mark off, like I drank my Shaco today. I did my workout today. Like to be able to just mark that off has been awesome. Because days are hard. People are crazy. I mean, you guys know, like people are mean. I was talking to Abby. I wish she was on here, but Abby was like, she was working at like a physicians group in Lexington a week ago, and she was trying to give someone like their drugs. They came up to the counter and they basically like assaulted her. And she was like, how am I supposed to like work at this like Walgreens trying to give people like their drugs and they're crazy, like telling me that they want to kill me? And I was like, girlfriend, we got to get you behind a computer screen like 24/7. But it's just like it's crazy out there. So I think like conversations like this make me feel so good and much better that like we all are like on the same page when it comes to, we all really care about people and we can't help but suck in other people's energies, and we just want to make everyone feel better, and we want to help them because we know that the tools that we have helped us, and we see this tribe and it's awesome. And it's so easy though to soak in other people's energy and get sidetracked from our goals. So easy. And yeah, it's conversations like this just make me feel great. So I'm like, this is why I'm here. Like you guys, this is why I'm here. This is why I want other people and to hang, you know what I mean, to do this with you guys. And it's been awesome.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. Ashley, I'm looking forward to seeing that energy bubble meditation.
Yeah, I gotta find it. It may or may not be a picture of it book page, so I can't find it online.
I'm sure it's got to be somewhere. You can find it.
Yeah, I will look at it for you guys.
Cool. Does anyone have any like other questions or thoughts that you want to share?
I think I gave a PowerPoint presentation.
I wouldn't expect anything less, Brittany.
I know.
No, but you guys that are running challenge groups, like definitely give yourself some grace. Like, you know what I mean? You're kicking ass. You know, it takes balls to step up and be like, I'm going to run this group if you guys choose to run with me or not. You know, it's awesome. Like, it's still taking that little step, like Brittany was saying, forward every day.
Yeah, and I always have to remind myself that, like, I was that challenger that didn't interact.
Same.
So I can't really sit here and say, like, y'all need to do this. Like, I didn't do it for like 2 months. Lynn's like added me in different groups, and I'm like, yeah, these notifications are dumb because I never got on Facebook. And I'm getting like, I went from like 1 notification maybe every month to like 30 in a day. And I'm like, huh, like, why?
That's true too. Like if you have challengers that are brand new, it's a lot at first.
Yeah.
You know, especially if they're not into fitness and like that whole realm is new to them, and then posting pictures of themselves in their underwear to a bunch of strangers, like that was weird in the beginning. I'll do it for thousands to see. I don't care, but like, it's hard. It's a lot for people to take on in the beginning. But it's Brittany.
Well, it's just funny because you're like, yeah, I posted underwear, and now I'm posting it for thousands.
Guys, I could not get Mallory to post her damn before and after photos for the life of her forever. She's like, I'm in my underwear. I'm like, I don't care. Like, you're going to inspire somebody, and it's going to be awesome. It's not like this sexy photo, like you posing by a tree and like and butterflies are landing on you. It's like your before and after photo. And now she's
boobs, milk. It was
I give you props. I still haven't posted one like that.
Do it. It's
very Nike Pro. It's very freeing.
It is. Oh. Mentally.
My Nike Pro shorts are as little as it's going so far.
Oh, I love you guys. Oh, I'm gonna get a photo real quick.
Oh God.
Let
me delete my screen.
I'll tag everybody. You can hopefully screenshot it.
Did you get a new light by your computer?
Mm-hmm.
Shine bright like a diamond.
It needed to happen. Cool, you guys. So good to see your faces. Happy March. I can't believe it's March already.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't believe all the new faces as I look at this screen. Like, I like it. I like it a lot.
It's so fun.
Jesus.
So fun. Taylor, welcome, Boo. I know this is your first call, too, and Dina's, so it's cool to see your faces.
Hi.
Hey, are you in Orlando? Is that where you're at?
Yeah, and I literally I didn't work out this morning, and so I just worked out right before the call. That's why I was late. And so I apologize. I was drinking this and eating oranges, and my cat's being crazy animals. So sorry.
No, you're good. There's so many times where, I mean, it's a matter of just showing up. It doesn't matter. Like, you can do what Dina's doing right now and not showing her face, you know? Like, I've done that 50 times. Like, showing up is just that's the main thing.
Well, I'm glad to be here. Thanks.
Happy to see you guys. Well, cool. Happy Tuesday. It's not even 9 o'clock yet, so we still have some time. Probably hang out with our fans and wind down. So cool.
Did you hang out with your fans?
Bam.
I was like, damn, they're at your house? Let it go. I'm running on literally like 4 hours of sleep. I woke up last night and the dog was on my head. I was like, okay. What's the point of this?
Oh.
And then I hit his bone under my pillow because he wouldn't stop, so he was looking for that.
I love you guys. All right, y'all. Have an awesome
night. Everyone.
Good to see your faces.
Bye.
Talk soon.
Good night, everyone.
Night.